Cops aren't big on doing interviews. We don't, with a few exceptions, we don't like attention. We don't like the limelight. It's not why we do what we do.
Years ago, I was a DARE officer, and I was working in the Orland School. And one of the lessons at that time of the DARE program was a lesson about role models, where you would bring a high school student in that would be a good role model for kids. So I went to the Bucksport High School to see if I could get a candidate, and I met with the principal and the staff, and I explained to them what I needed. And I said, do you have somebody that, and just Luke Gross, that's who you want.
For how long have you been in law enforcement?
I've been with this department for 15 and a half years. Graduated the academy in 2000, so 18 years now.
I hadn't heard from him for years, and we had an opening here for patrol, and he contacted me, and we hired him. So he was a Bucksport kid, and he wanted to come home.
We knew that he had the talents that we were looking for supervisory and extra duties that come across our desk on occasion. We gave him good marks for his performance in the first few years he was with us, to the point of where, when we started opening up for extra duties, Luke was considered. And one of them, of course, that he really shined in was his DARE instruction.
Ever since I was a kid, it was always, when I saw a problem, I wanted to fix it, no matter what it was. Still do it today. It could be the smallest problem. It's one of those, this is the problem, and the first thing I do is start thinking about, okay, what are your options, how to fix it? So that really got me into learning about the DARE program. I had some younger cousins that were involved in the DARE program, and I saw what that program was all about and how cops interacted with kids in the schools, and I thought that was the best option for me. So I got into law enforcement for the DARE program.
He definitely loved working with the kids. That was kind of his goal when he first started, that he wanted to be involved with DARE and do different type events that would help with the kids.
And that really takes a special person, because not every police officer can do that. A lot of them think they can and whatnot, but you really need that something special that connects you to the kids you're talking to, because you're not just instructing them, it's an interaction. And Luke certainly had that interaction.
He was on the school board for 3 years and became our school board chair and did a wonderful job in that role.
To see Luke not only get involved, but for that group to recognize his talents and make him chairman of the school board, that was really very impressive.
He helped implement the backpack program, which is a community effort to make sure that no students are hungry. And we send backpacks home with students on a regular basis, including over school vacations.
3/4 of a cop's day is dealing with negativity. We deal with people at their worst, in their worst moments, tragic incidents. And it's hard for cops to wrap their head around it. These aren't just bad people that are in our community. It's bad things happen to good people. People just make mistakes in life. It's part of life. And it's our job to come in and try to reorganize the chaos and make things better as best we can. So going into the schools in that positive aspect really helps counterbalance all the negativity that cops have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's kind of like what keeps me going anyway.
I mean, if he could be in school every day, that's exactly what he wanted to do. But he did not neglect what he had to do as a law enforcement officer, and he took both of those tasks very, very seriously. But when he really, really shined was when it was the opportunity to go work with kids and help somebody maybe less fortunate than he was.
I don't know how he found the time, because he was such a great dad and spent so much time with his own kids, but anything we needed, if we called him, he would come, whether it was spreading wood chips to make sure the playground was ready before open house on the spur of the moment, or delivering meals at Thanksgiving time to families, anything, including many, many nights on the school board.
Luke was very committed to his family. He was very committed to this department and the Sheriff's Charities. And whenever Luke got involved in any of these extra activities that we did, he was in with both feet and full steam ahead.
We have Christmas shopping for kids, and where we buy for about 150, 175 kids and each year at Christmas.
Luke was always a kid at heart, and a couple of years ago, we had a couple of bicycles that we were purchasing, and here comes Luke riding down the aisle on a bicycle.
some kid wanted a bicycle, and he's on a bicycle riding around Walmart.
Bringing it up to the front for us to check it out.
Gotta show Zach up.
That type of personality is why he worked so well with kids. You know, he understood them, and he didn't talk down to kids. He got down to their level and talked to them. So, you know, that's a trait that everybody doesn't have.
He was great to work with. He was just easygoing, and as a chair, he did a fantastic job listening to everyone's point of view, and he just had a calm demeanor, but also a great sense of humor. He could interject a little levity just at the right time.
You know, we're not going to replace Luke. You know, someone will be in his spot, but you're not going to replace Luke. You're not going to replace his enthusiasm for kids. You're not going to replace his dedication to law enforcement, and he's just, you don't replace people like that.
That type of connection, that trust, and that bond, you can't find in other jobs. Because we're small enough that we all share that with each other.
He spent a lot of time with his family and loved his family very much. They were always the biggest part of his life.
The best way I can describe him, he was a kid. He was a damn kid himself. So to honor him with that is tremendous. I'm sure his family is overwhelmed with that. I know we're pleased with that. We thank the chamber for doing that, and I think he made a heck of a choice because he was a tremendous citizen and a great asset to all of us here in Hancock County.